Hello, my friends. In early 2016, I will be starting a new series called something along the lines of Taos Tarot, and I would like all of your feedback on the idea, so please leave your comment in the comment area below. I have been a musician all of my life. I think I started receiving musical instruments from various family members at the age of 6 or so. Now I've been composing music ever since. But there are many sides to me, as with all of us. Along with the music, there are decades of immersion in the study of psychology, both of human nature and cultural nature. And then there are decades of my own spiritual journey and the understandings I have developed throughout those decades of the connections, of how it all ties together in a fascinating and infinite web of constant and never-ending growth towards enlightenment and wisdom. And one of the wonderful things I have discovered is that you can find answers to your most profound questions in an infinite world of sources. One of those sources that I have used in my own personal growth and in my helping others through the decades to understand their own lives, their own paths, their own destinies, has been, among other things, tarot cards. I received my first deck of Rider-Waite tarot cards when I was 13 years old from my grandmother. My grandmother was half Italian and half Comanche. She was a very wise woman, and in hindsight, I see her as the wise old woman in the village, the community, that all of the women, young and old, came to for advice on life, womanhood, and many other things. I was very lucky to have been the young child at her feet during those cold nights and warm days of conversations with these women. And though I was too young to really understand the subject matter of their conversations, I believe it was all absorbed into my young mind just the same. These influences made me who I am, and created in me the way I perceive the world around me and within me. With that being said, because of my own experiences which have created my perception, I have to say up front that I do not interpret the cards in a negative light. Negativity is a matter of perception and how you perceive the information around you and within you. Bad experiences, trauma, etc., are only bad if you do not learn from them and turn that knowledge to your advantage. It can only take you down, create darkness in you if you let it. But if you learn from it, then you can turn that darkness to light. Therefore, I use only my own interpretations of the symbolism in the cards in my readings. I do not pander or sugarcoat it, but I try to shed light into the shadows. For example, I drew a card just as a test as I prepare to start working on this series. And the card I drew was the 5 of Cups from the Rider-Waite deck. The description from the card is sadness, mourning, disappointment, regret, suffering, emotional adjustment. This sounds very negative. But as I said, I do not do negative. To me, the card would represent that we have experienced those things in our lives and they do affect us. But those experiences make us who we are. And it is up to each of us to learn from and use our experiences to enhance our lives. So yes, those things exist, but they make us stronger. They teach us. The question then is, what are you doing with that knowledge? Because in the end, that's what it is, accumulated knowledge. Whether it happened yesterday or 10 years ago, it is there and it influences us. But it is up to us to not let it be detrimental to our life, to bring us down. Instead, we must learn from it and let the knowledge, the wisdom we attain from it enhance our life. Self-awareness is the key. And from that self-awareness, that acknowledgement of those things buried in us, we can begin to process it and allow the wisdom that comes from processing the knowledge to take us to the next level of our own growth, our own psychological and spiritual evolution and development. With all that being said, I'm going to be using Doreen Virtue's Fairy Tarot deck. For starters, the Fairy deck is full of light and seems very positive to me. Second of all, the art is absolutely beautiful. I will of course be using my own interpretations, but I have noticed that my interpretations and Doreen's are very similar, which is yet one more reason to use this particular deck. So I'll be working on this starting very soon, within days, and I really would like your feedback on it as I go, and I really hope that you enjoy it. So thanks for stopping by, my friends. Enjoy the day.